The Carmichael Cougars Pathfinder Club ministered to dozens of people experiencing homelessness during an outreach activity last month. Hi, I'm Connie Vandeman Jeffrey, and this is All God's People. The 38-member Pathfinder Club prepared 200 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, snacks, and water bottles and delivered them to people staying in tents near downtown Sacramento on a Sabbath afternoon in December. They also handed out dozens of blankets and bags with toiletries that Carmichael church members had been collecting. The activity was organized by club leaders, including youth pastor Benji Ferguson. He wanted Pathfinders to get a closer look at one of the community's most complex issues and said, serving our neighbors, especially those in such obvious need, is what being the church is really all about. According to local advocates, over 5,500 people are experiencing homelessness in Sacramento County. I think this young Pathfinder says it best.
It's winter time and we want to help them, and that's what God told us to do. Love our enemies and neighbors like we love ourselves.
Thanks, Carmichael Cougars, for all you're doing to reach out to your community. A.J. Martinson, Adventist filmmaker and member of the Vallejo Drive Church in Southern California, has directed an award-winning documentary called The End of Blindness. The film tells the true story of Dr. Samuel Bora, the only ophthalmologist for 3 million people in rural Ethiopia. With more than 4 million cases of visual impairment, Ethiopia has one of the highest rates of blindness in Africa. Performing up to 60 free cataract surgeries a day, Dr. Bora is committed to this incredible task. In the operating room, lives are forever changed, from children with traumatic cataracts to a blind mother who had never seen her son. A.J. Martinson's goal is to tell honest, impactful, and emotional stories that inspire others to make a positive impact on the world around them. With this documentary, he has done just that. The winter issue of the Spanish Recorder has just been published, marking the 4th year of our quarterly Spanish Recorder. Recently, I had the opportunity to talk with the editor of both the Pacific Union Recorder and the Spanish Recorder, Alberto Valenzuela. Alberto, welcome to All God's People. So happy to have you here.
Glad to be here, Connie.
You came in 2018, and I'd like you to tell a little bit about how the Pacific Union Recorder has changed since you arrived.
For a number of years, the Pacific Union Recorder was basically a collection of stories from the conferences and a message from the president or one of the officers of the union. And in this conference, we're blessed with counting with a great number of fantastic preachers, speakers, writers, scholars, that we knew that the message could benefit our membership. It would inspire them and it would challenge them. So we began to enlarge the front end of the magazine, and we believe, I personally believe, that it's been a success so far, dealing with current issues, inspirational issues, theological issues, and some of those topics that are affecting our society and our church currently.
That's true, and I appreciate the Recorder so much, and it's my go-to Sabbath reading every time it arrives. It usually arrives on a Friday, but I love the Pacific Union Recorder. And you started also in 2018 the Spanish language version of the Recorder. Tell us about that.
Considering that about a quarter of our membership speaks Spanish, we felt that they weren't being served properly by not having their own publication in Spanish. Some of our members are kind of comfortable speaking English, but they are at home when they read and when they listen in Spanish. That's why we have Spanish churches. So beginning in 2018, we began a publication that is being well received by our members. Beginning with the winter issue of 22, we started our 4th year of the publication. We're the only union that dedicates a complete magazine in Spanish to its members. We thought that just dedicating 1 or 2 pages wasn't enough. And it's a quarterly magazine that gets dropped directly to the churches. It doesn't go to the homes.
And it also is available online, and we'll tell you about that in a moment. But Alberto, thank you so much for all you're doing with the Recorder and the Spanish Recorder, and blessings to you in your work. Thank you.
My pleasure to be here. God bless you too.
As always, links to our stories and to the Recorder and Spanish Recorder are in the description below. We're so happy you joined us this week, and we look forward to you coming back again next week. For All God's People, I'm Connie Jeffrey.